What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my Supreme Tarot. Let's get a reading, see what the energy is. Okay, so you could be having some good vibes. You're in good health, good spirits. That's good. Let's see what's going on for Divine Feminine. The end of a cycle. Yeah, you ended out of the cycle. You might be getting a divine lover, and a karmic lover is in the reverse. So they out of the picture. You ended a cycle with them so that you could have a divine connection. I know that's right, child. We like that. Game over. Wasted. So it's game over for somebody. What else? Divine Feminine, please. Yeah, bad time. Time to go. Enemies and jealousy. It's game over for your enemies because they stuck in their South Node energy. Too bad, so sad. What else for Divine Feminine? Please, Spirit, thank you. Safety, home, and companionship. So you could be focused on that. South Node energy. They're going to wish that they had companionship and safety and home. What else here? Divorce, karmic union, false union. So if there's was some type of, if you were like a safety net, or you were some type of companion to somebody who was in their South Node energy, that's over. That's over. You've closed out that cycle. You're focused on you. You're determined on moving forward. Somebody here could be unsure or kind of shaky. Somebody might want to take risks because they're losing money or something with a false union, with a karmic. This could have been you, but it doesn't feel like your energy. Feels like somebody else in your energy. What else here with this false union? You're divinely protected from a narcissist. Yeah. So you ended something out with a karmic union and you're protected now, or you were anyway. And that's why you were moved out of this union. They were an energy vampire. Could have been some type of, yeah, with divine lover in the reverse. This is somebody who was a karmic and tried to pass themselves off as divine. This could have been with somebody in your family, a sister or brother even. You could be anything with things with family as well. Or just somebody that was just close to you. Let's see what's going on. So you could be closing out old cycles in general, yeah, but this person's like in a nightmare that you got free. They never thought this day would come. Yeah, you're standing your ground too. You want your freedom. You want your independence. What's the message here, Spirit, for Divine Feminine? You're happy. You could be a Leo. But you're having the courage to find your happiness. Get back to it. Create it. It's a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles in some type of family. Could be a mother, father even, that you broke away from. They see you got the gift of like sight or something. Ace of Pentacles, High Priestess. Yeah, you might have known what this King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles was doing. Could be a married couple, could be a mother, father, could be a sister, brother, whatever. Let's see. Ooh. King of Wands lied on you, to them, perhaps. but you spoke the truth about how they betrayed you. Some King of Wands betrayed you by telling a lie. It could be to those people, but you called it out. And you're a star, a Hierophant, someone who's protected, someone who's held in high honor, high ranking. Okay, Spirit. So what happened here? Let's see what's going on. For Divine Feminine, please. You get to have a new beginning, Page of Wands. This could be some type of news. Nope. You have a passionate new beginning, being a seer, being intuitive, following your gifts. You could be turning this into some type of passion, business. Yeah, you found your soul tribe. So if you are like stepping into gifts, like if you are really psychic or something like that, you had a rebirth, you're being celebrated by the divine. You got the star, you have the Three of Cups, your soul tribe. You found your soul tribe. You could be a seer. You could be on a platform. Yeah, you're stable. Your gifts are stable. You might be stepping into them, and they might be developed. Well, they might still be developing, but you're solid here. You're solid. This was meant for you. I think with this Seven of Cups, you're able to see. You're able to see a lot of shit. King of Swords, and you're very perceptive. You could have a lot of like dreams, downloads. You're able to see past illusions. You're very perceptive, very smart. You're someone who sees all. The King of Swords is someone who's in an authority position, first of all, who takes control of their dreams and who can see beyond the veil. And this is like one person that's got their one foot planted in, you know, the 3D. And then on the other hand, you're a high priestess. You see. Yeah, like, it's like dual, you know. You see the 5D, you see the 3D. You see what it is, you see it for what it is. You balance that. Look how he's even got one foot up, one down. Like, look at that. Yeah, so this is beautiful. This is what it means to be a seer. A healthy one, anyway. Because you can definitely delude yourself if you spend too much time. Okay. The Chariot. What's the Chariot? So somebody might have tried to trap your gifts. Yeah. But you had the courage to get out of that trap. This showed its face. You had the courage to get out of that trap because you're able to see things for what they are. You see things for what they are here. So somebody might have did something, lied. You called it out. And this is why. Somebody might have tried to do some underhanded shit to you. And the truth is out about you because it's being shown that you have real gifts. Your gifts are for real. They're not for play. You're not out here bullshitting about the things that you're saying. You're the Queen of Swords. You are in control of that shit. And you got the King of Swords out here. So you're moving out of being stuck, out of being trapped in your mind. You're not trapped in your mind. You're good. You can see. You had the courage to get out of that. You may have escaped something. So if somebody came up against you, a King of Wands, could have been a fire sign or some type of person in a leadership position or just somebody egotistical, whatever. Somebody who thought they was in charge. Somebody who thought they knew you. Whatever trap they set for you, you had the courage to get out of it using your gifts, using your spiritual power. And I feel like this is only the beginning for real. What else is going on here? Yeah, so you're a child divine here. You took a leap of faith toward God, okay? With the Sun card, I always think of Ra. Me and Ra have a very close relationship, okay? But you took a leap of faith toward that, into your divinity, into your happiness. You weren't worried about, oh, what are people going to think if I say something, if I speak out, if I tell my truth, If I get out of this trap, I know this person's coming for me. But what if I release, especially if they're doing some underhanded shit in the 4D, 5D, trying to fuck shit up for you. You had the courage to trust your gifts to get out of that. You knew what you saw. You knew what was happening to you. You knew what someone was doing to you. And you had the courage to speak out about that shit. You took a leap of faith. You exposed them. You spoke your truth. And you're happy. And then there's nothing they can do about it. Okay? Yeah, Ace of Cups. You have the courage to maybe even start something new that has to do with your intuition. This could also be some type of wish, or like a wish fulfillment, or a wish granted, or whatever. All right. You wanted happiness. You wanted to be free. And you did that by trusting your gifts and trusting spirit. What else here? Death in the reverse. So this could be some type of transformation, something that didn't end. Somebody could have been trying to put an end to your new beginning. It didn't work. They tried to end your celebration. They wanted you to be in regret, but you're not. So they wanted you to miss something, some type of opportunity to find your soul tribe. That didn't work. You're not in regret. You don't regret taking this leap of faith. That's ridiculous. That sounds ridiculous. You chose not to be remorseful about something. You didn't look back. You didn't even think twice. You trusted what you saw. Yeah, you weren't not sure. What the fuck? So this person could be now facing endings, not finding their soul tribe. Yeah, Knight of Wands. You passionately went for your dreams as well. Knight of Wands is a fast-moving energy. It's passionate. It has drive in the upright. So it's like you passionately went forward. You took a leap of faith knowing that's what you needed to do. This could have been after some really deep betrayal. That often happens. Like, people will abuse people and they will cause trauma, even like mental trauma. And sometimes that can really open your eyes to some shit. Like, sometimes you have a psychosis, okay? And it can make you feel crazy. Am I really seeing that? Am I really feeling that? Is that an illusion? I just had a vision. I just saw a spirit. I just saw an entity. These are questions we ask ourselves as we awaken. A real awakening is not pretty. It can be scary. It can be, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're often thrown into the spiritual warfare. You don't even know but you trusted something. You could have even seen something in your dreams, or you got some type of download, or you were seeing signs and synchronicities, and you trusted it. You trusted in spirit. You trusted God, your the Most High, or your ancestors, or whatever, to lead you through. And you did that, Hierophant. Now you took lead. You took charge of your spirituality. You passionately went toward it. You learned. This is apprenticeship too. This is learning. This is spirituality. This is even religion. Yeah, this was like a decision you made. And it was very practical to go to the divine, to be a student, to learn, to get familiar with your gifts, to trust them. All right, so I want to get, let's get some info on this person, this King of Wands. This King of Wands, Seven of Swords person. Let's get them out here, Spirit, please. Who's this King of Wands? They're under judgment for creating illusions about you. They lied. They're under judgment. So the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles that came out, and you, the Queen of Swords, you could all be judging this person for their lies, for their bullshit. A King of Pentacles. So somebody could have been in their ego. The King of Wands and King of Pentacles could be the same person. Or it's like the King of Wands may have lied about you and this Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles fed into it, a couple. Give me more on this King of Wands, King of Pentacles. Found out more information. So a King of Pentacles could have found out more information, or something came to light, or they investigated something, or this person was investigated. Maybe they created an illusion, or somebody investigated an illusion about you or found out more information about you. This information could be shocking. It could be heavy. It could be that they saw you lay a heavy burden down, or they watched you do this. This person could have watched you come up out of this trap. They could have known what someone was doing, and they watched you come up out of that and find stability. Or this could be some type of group or society or whatever. What else here? Something could have switched around. Something may have changed with a burden. Something could have left this person feeling burnt out and like really affected by this. Because they're having bad luck or something like that, or they watched you lay a misfortune. They watched you lay that burden down. So it's giving that like a generational curse, or like some type of something was heavy over your life or something like that. And you could have been spiritually attacked. With the Seven of Wands, you could have been attacked. This is some type of curse. Created by a King of Pentacles. Or this could have been a financial curse. This Queen of Pentacles could have been attacking you, trying to create like anxiety, financial anxiety even. But that didn't work. So somebody watched somebody try to like curse your finances or give you this string of bad luck with finances or something, and it didn't pan out like that. And somebody watched that change for you. Yeah, like you found your stability or something. It's the Four of Wands. So some group, okay, some collaboration. So it could have been a King of Wands, a King of Pentacles, and a Queen of Pentacles attacking you, trying to curse you with misfortune. And they watched you come up out of that and lay that burden the fuck down and reach stability. So they're all in some type of group here. This is some type of group. This could have been a business. Yeah. Something is being communicated, or they all work together to send you this energy, to send you this curse. Yeah. Led by an Empress in reverse, or they were trying to get you to be an Empress in reverse. This King of Pentacles. They wanted you so bad to be an Empress in reverse, but you're fucking not. You're a High Priestess, Empress at that. Okay. So these people had you all fucked up. The whole group. They're part of some organization or some business. This is something they did for funsies, for money. Tried to take your money, curse you with misfortunes, change some shit. Something backfired. Something backfired on an Empress in reverse. They wanted this energy. It could have been an Empress in reverse in this group trying to send this fucking energy. Projecting. This is projection. They were projecting that on you so you could face an ending, or they wanted to bring an ending to you being an Empress, or didn't want you to stand in your power, didn't want you to step in your gifts. They were projecting this on you, that you were an Empress in reverse and that your finances. So they could have been projecting this energy on you and behind the scenes doing shit like, oh, she broke as fuck, and then doing spell work or some shit trying to curse your finances. This is what the fuck people do because they're fucking weird. What else? Oh, now they regret doing that. They regret doing that because it's fake. It was an illusion. They tried to project and send some type of illusion that this was your life. And now they're under judgment and looking stupid as fuck. Somebody in this group might have found out more information about this Empress in reverse. For what they were wishing on. So their cups got spilt over. Their cups of illusion here got spilt the fuck over. They could have told 3 lies about you. Could have been 3 people. They could have tried this shit 3 times. No. What else? So it could have been this King of Wands that led the charge on this. Yeah, it's a tower to this whole fucking setup. It's like these people see you now and things can never be the same. They can't unsee. Just like when you see, right, as a seer, you know that you can't unsee. Once you see beyond the veil or you see shit for what it is, you can't unsee it. It's like knowing somebody is an abuser, knowing they have bad habits, okay, knowing that they're sick in the fucking head. Once you see them or catch them in the act, you can't unsee it. So the same way that you see these people, they see you. Their perception of you will never be the same. Whole shit backfired. And they ain't got no choice but to look at you now. Yeah, because the truth came out. So the truth came out about this illusion that they tried to create. Everybody was under a fucking illusion about you. And the truth came out and changed everything. Now nothing will ever be the same. Yeah, you got the win. 6 of Wands. You got the accolades. What else? Yeah, you went through some type of transformation. I'm telling you. Something did not end for you. Something kept the fuck moving. You got a transformation. Yep, a new beginning, Page of Wands. And they're getting the message. Nothing's over for you. Okay? This is a death to this illusion because they literally watched you transform. They watched something change. So whatever curse they tried to do, that shit did not work. They could have been celebrating, thinking that they had some type of victory. Please. Yeah, you transformed and moved the fuck forward. Again, Queen of Swords with the moon. You called out this secret. So if these people were trying to keep some type of secret about you or trying to keep some type of illusion going, no, that didn't work because the truth came out. So whoever they were, if it was a King of Wands that was telling this group, or if this King of Wands was part of this group, whatever the case, they watched you move right up out of that. They could have thought you were down and out, down for the count. But that's not what happened. And then you called it out. Queen of Swords, the moon. What was hidden? That's when you made the decision to call it out. Because again, you saw something. You saw some type of truth through this transformation and you called out what was hidden. You could have followed your intuition. The moon is also like hidden secrets, intuition, stuff like that. And you smart enough and bold enough. The Queen of Swords is very bold. And she gonna say what the fuck it is when it is what it is. Okay? Period. And that's what you did. That's what you did. You had the courage to do that. Okay. Justice. For some people, this could be a legal situation too that happened. So if there was like somebody trying to create legal troubles for you, or lie to the courts about you, or lie to a bunch of people about you, it's lies. And they're gonna get karma for that. They also know this is why they're getting karma. Or it's justice for everything to come crashing down and for the truth to come out. Look at this. King of Wands in reverse. Somebody in their fucking ego. They're getting karma. Somebody failed to lead. Could have even been somebody in the justice system who was making up bullshit. They're in their ego. This is somebody who think they larger than life. Now they feeling battle wounded because they're getting karma. People see them for who they are, as a liar. Somebody who was in their fucking ego too much. Yeah, they're losing to you because you're the star. You're shining. This person can't block your shine. They tried to. They tried to stop it. One thing people don't realize too is that money, while it's great because we live in a world where you need money, it's not everything. It's like, yeah, you got money, but what about your soul though? What about what's inside? It's great to have money and things and whatever, but who are you without those things? Are you somebody without those things? People don't realize it's more to life, and it's more important because you can't take that shit with you. When you pass on, you can't take that shit with you. So yeah, it's good to have, and yes, it's good to have for your family and leave your family that and whatever, and hopefully they leave their kids something. All of that. Yes, we live in a world, unfortunately, that puts money as a very important thing. And that's cool. But also, what are you doing in the 5D for your lineage? What are you doing for your children and your children's children spiritually? Are you taking on generational curses? Are you creating bad karma for generations to come? You got to think about that too. It's important, Two of Pentacles, to be in both worlds and do the work in both worlds. What's the Two of Wands? Emperor. That's a lot of fire right here too. High Priestess, yeah. So you're a true leader, Emperor. You could even be in masculine energy, honestly, like really taking the lead of something. Like you chose to let your gifts lead the way for you. You chose to use them for power. Use your gifts uprightly. Use them to lead, to fight this battle. Instead of being bitter, being a ruler in the reverse, you chose to rule in a good way. An emperor is somebody who rules in a just way, in a way that makes sense. You also could have seen, what somebody was planning here. You could have gotten like downloads, or if there was an emperor here somewhere, like some type of leader. This is upright, so I'm not sure, but if there was some type of leader, even the leader of this group, you might have seen something they were planning. Could have been this King of Wands. Two of Swords. Somebody might have chosen not to see something. I don't know. Let's see. Or they made a mistake. Because you're intuitive, or they weren't following their intuitions. This could have been the person that led the charge and wasn't following their intuition. Yeah, I feel like they walked away from any type of intuitive nudges they were getting. So if this King of Wands went down the wrong path, like trying to paint something, this could have even been something that happened online. So if people were coming for you online or something, They weren't listening to their intuition or something. They didn't want to see something. They could have had gifts and walked away from them. This person, I feel like this person might have been somebody who really led this charge. So if this is this King of Wands, it's like they thought they were some type of ruler or something, and they thought they didn't have to follow their intuition, or they just chose not to. They didn't want to listen to their better judgment. They could have not wanted to see something about you. That you were destined for this, that you were gifted. So they led some plot against you. Knight of Swords, Page of Cups. They didn't want to. So if this is somebody that should have apologized to you, they didn't. This might be an opportunist. So somebody might have walked away from their intuition about you and went toward a Queen of Wands. They might have thought, oh, you ain't nothing. You ain't got no gifts. I'm going to go over here with this person who appears to be, they might have given their cup thinking they'd be happy with the Queen of Wands. And they didn't end up that way. Three of Swords. Yeah, so they weren't listening to, so an Emperor. If this was supposed to be your Emperor, they didn't want to listen to their intuition about you. They didn't want to see something about you. And they walked away from you. They walked away from their gut feelings, their intuition, their inner feelings about you, their inner knowing about you. The High Priestess knows. They can see in the dark. They can see what's hidden. Just like they can see the light. But this person chose to go towards someone else. This could have left you heartbroken, but I feel like you stood in your power. What's the Four of Pentacles? So this person wanted to come in and apologize, though. It would have been a practical decision for them to do this, but they, to not release this contract with you. So if this is a soulmate that had a contract with you, they didn't come in and make it right. They went toward a Queen of Wands who they didn't want to let go of. They didn't want to let go of this toxic person. And they invested there. They thought that this was a practical decision. Somehow, ignoring their intuition and going towards someone else, they thought that was a smart decision. Yeah, they gave them an offer. Knight of Cups. A love offer. They thought that this was the better investment. It seemed like everybody here was creating illusions and lying to themselves. The Emperor was lying. Queen of Wands was lying. This could be the same person that's just Queen of Pentacles. This King of Wands in reverse was lying. They thought it would be better to invest in this Queen of Wands. You also could have held back a cup of love from this person, though. Somebody's having to take a step back, though. People that were involved in this. Three of Cups. With the Seven of Pentacles. But also they could be reaping what they sow at this point. For what they did to you in the past. Someone didn't want to let go of toxicity, and now they're reaping what they sow. Yeah, Six of Cups. Now, this could be a past life scenario playing out yet again. Yeah, the Hangman. Somebody's having to look at what they sacrificed. for somebody who thought they thought was family, or for a group who thought, yeah, so they're fighting now with the Five of Wands. There's conflict now because they're reaping what they sow for making this choice. Hierophant. This is some type of some type of spiritual order, or people who think that they're spiritual. They think that they're soul family or whatever. They're not, but whatever. There's a lot of competition now, a lot of fighting, because they're looking at, you know, the seeds that were planted and what grew from this investment, embracing this toxicity. And it's causing problems. Why the Five of Wands? Because they're trapped. So this was some type of trap. Something they couldn't see. Something has slowed down. Something ain't moving. Nine of Pentacles is a standstill energy. So something ain't growing. With the Seven of Pentacles, they watching it like, what's happening? It's not growing. Something ain't growing. So if they thought they'd be celebrated, it would be a celebration over there and they'd be all happy and, oh yeah, cheers to this. That's not what happened. It was a trap. What else? It was a trap. Ace of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups. So whatever financial, they might have invested financially or did this for money, but it's not moving. They're left out in the cold from it. Or they left this gift out in the cold. So you were a gift to these people. This could be family, friends, an ex-lover, group of people who just wanted smoke with you. Okay, they're left out from whatever you would have offered. They can't have it. You would have been a good asset, somebody they should have appreciated. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. It's like you are a wish fulfilled. You are the wish come true. And now you're left out in the cold from it. Somebody could also be trying to appear to your softer side. The Hangman. They sacrificed you or tried to. Yep, a past life connection. So a past life lover. Six of Cups, Two of Cups. Four of Cups. Rejected you. This King of Pentacles. They closed out a cycle with you. Thinking they have a new beginning somewhere else after betraying you. A Queen of Cups. A star. Literally. A gift from the divine. So this King of Pentacles went with this plan. They took their fucking pentacles and went over there with the Queen of Wands. They rejected you, a past life connection. Six of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Cups. They were bored. They were bored. Especially if you were having like a financial issue or something like that for a little bit. This person didn't see the blessing because there wasn't no money involved. So they closed out a cycle with you. And that just left them defeated because whatever lie they invested in, whatever lies they told, whatever lies they told themselves, it didn't pan out that way. They're left defeated by this because you're winning and you're going to get love. They're hearing about this. They know this. Ace of Wands to the Three of Wands. You're going to get love in the future. It's coming. You get a new soulmate, a new twin flame, because you had the courage to be smart, even though you were hurt. You know what happened. You know they didn't want to see something. They might have been cheating, manipulating. The lovers, these partnerships, they might have been manipulating with these people behind the scenes. On your Ten of Pentacles, on your blessings. Again, on your finances. Some type of financial contract you had. They wanted to lay that to rest, your inheritance? No. And just go off with it. Six of Swords. So they attacked an Earth Angel, Temperance. They didn't even know. They rejected you and attacked you. Because they didn't know. Let's see. I saw the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, they were hasty. Thinking they could steal something from you. Six of Pentacles and get wish fulfillment. And be free of this contract to be your King of Cups. Hierophant. Man, they worked really hard to do this too. In secret. To switch something around. To switch your journey around. Or to switch theirs around. Switch some type of contract. So they wanted to take that shit somewhere else. To this Queen of Pentacles. Close out a cycle with you. And think that they were going to get blessings that were owed to you with another person. With a karmic. No. No. Let's see how they feel now. I can just about guess. They rejected their feelings. They ain't want to hear that. Oh yeah, I love this person, but she ain't got no money. She ain't rich. She ain't got material things. That's what this person was saying. Now look at him. Stupid. All right, let's see. Know that there's a card right here that is the other way. Okay, that's what it was. All right, let's see how this person's feeling now. And we'll wrap it up. How's this person feeling now that didn't want to follow their intuition? Pop the question. It came out sideways. We'll put it upside down. So they didn't pop the question, and maybe they should have, and that's a karmic lesson for them. They didn't pop the question to the right person. They can't pop the question now. And they're losing sleep. Yeah, so they didn't marry you, and they should have. It might have been destined for you to it might have been destined for them to marry you, and they didn't. No strings. They wanted no strings with you, though. They treated you like a fling. Somebody that they should have married. So they're replaying events of how they did not ask you to marry them, and they did not take you seriously, and they fed into some lie, or they created some lie about you. What else for this person? This idiot. Round and round. Cycles, triggers, lessons. So they feel like this is like it just won't let up. This is like a lesson that they can't get away from. They're losing sleep. They could have sacrificed you for cycles of, no string situations. What else? Side hustle. So they might do things for money or only get in situations where there's money. Mirroring. You could be leaving this person behind for your own businesses or for other reasons, things that you think are more important than this connection now, and they're seeing like how that feels or something. What side hustle and mirroring? This also could have been I just had it. This also could be somebody who like always does this, like literally always does this, like only gets in situations where there's money involved and then they end up regretting it, or like they constantly choose money, or they just hustle people. They do this often. They sacrifice people for the wrong reasons or for money. There was something else. It escapes me. I wish it hadn't. I just lost the thought. Okay. It was a download. I don't even. Damn. Cope. Person, I feel like this person is addicted to doing this or something, or this is just something they always, this is something they always do. They have bad habits. They could be drinking, taking pills to cope with this lesson. What's side hustle and mirroring? They could have wanted you to be in this energy where you had to cope. They wanted you to be down and out and have to cope with something. Rejected. Yeah, something. They are having to cope with being rejected. They might feel like you sacrificed them, and that's being married back for some type of hustle you have, or some type of job you're doing, or business. What's rejected? Fucked up over you. So I feel like they feel rejected. Karma, yeah, because this is their karma. So again, you might have sacrificed them, and they're having to cope because they know they deserve this. Mirroring, it's just a mirrored experience. They sacrificed you. They thought something would be greener on the other side. They listened to people, or they created lies about you. Now they're fucked up over you. They're getting karma for this. What else? And massive regret for being a trickster, for being phony, for either listening or creating illusions. They could be praying. Just losing sleep and round and round. Yeah, because they're getting karma. What's this? Love, hate. They could be back and forth, up and down in the feelings about you. Fake busy. They could be feeling like you're ignoring them and you're pretending to be busy. Reconcile. They are up and down in their feelings. They know they're getting karma, so they're up and down in their feelings about reconciling with you. It's like they want to, though, because they're a massive regret. But it's like, damn, I hate you, but I love you. I hate that I was wrong about you. But they're probably not even blaming themselves. They're blaming you for moving on. Karmic ties, yeah. They regret choosing a karmic or listening to this group or going with this group who wanted to lie about you and curse you. Mixed signals. So they feel like they were unsure. They listened to this group. They followed behind some group. They didn't think for themselves. They were confused about closing this out with you. Somebody made themselves seem like they were divine feminine, or like the grass would be greener, and it wasn't. Fake busy. Yeah, goodbye. They should have said goodbye. They should have said goodbye. But they had some type of karmic tie, maybe who they were having sex with, sex addiction. They could have orgies and have sex with this person, and it's a connection they didn't want to give up. Sex addiction, spiritual gifts. Somebody that's got demonic attachments. Yeah, it's too late. They went with their addictions. They could have been having sex with somebody that's got demons. And then that was too late, and that's bad news. because you've moved on. They could be following you on secret accounts. A Jezebel. Telepathic communication. Psycho X. Police. Somebody could have been doing love spells, sex magic. Somebody was doing sex magic on this person. That's why they had mixed signals about whether they should leave you behind. And now it's too late to send a love message. Somebody intervened. Police, married, not happy. Damn, they got an STD with this person. And legal matters. Jealousy, gossip, toothpaste. Somebody could have cheated or they did something together and now they have an STD. Somebody could have been spreading STDs and now there's legal matters here, or they're trying to get a divorce because somebody caught an STD. People could be talking about this. Yeah, a love child. Somebody cheated and got pregnant and got an STD. Memories, romance, love spell. Somebody's remembering that they did a love spell and they're getting karma for that because you woke up to that and became happily single. Yeah, you didn't. Somebody broke free. Either you or them. Y'all could be mirroring this experience. Somebody could have did this to you and then it was done to them. Yeah, you chose to love yourself and be single, and somebody's got secrets here. They hid something from you. Feeling like shit. Option. Somebody had a workplace affair because they were sweet talked. Love spell. Living in the moment of this illusion. So they launched spiritual warfare with this karmic, and you saw their true colors. Ego death, true. Yeah, so you had a spiritual awakening about their true colors. Thug and funeral. Trap. Bumping heads. So they tried to be a thug and take you out. Somebody could have hired somebody to take you out or tried to take you out. But this was some type of trap. If this person was convinced to do this shit to you, living in the moment for this karmic, that was a trap. Now they bumping heads because it's evidence of that. It's evidence of what this karmic tried to do. Now they want to run. Shocking news because it's out that they abused you. Childhood wounds, abandonment, depressed. Yeah, they didn't want to face their childhood wounds or some shit. Yeah, because they're living a toxic lifestyle. Now they miss you and they're feeling shattered because they backstabbed you. Yeah, you don't want to have sex with this person. Somebody's ashamed, yeah. And they're praying to have you back. They're under pressure here for being a jackass. They want to call you, but they were too prideful, or they're being prideful and they left you hanging. They can't do that because they left you hanging out of their ego, and now they're getting karma. They could be in debt now for this fucking financial shit. They were trying to fuck you up. Yeah, their family. Their whole family could be cursed with this shit. Health, Queen Bee, GPS. Boss bitch, GPS. They're trying to figure out where you are so they can spin the block. But they were a karmic lesson to you and you're side-eyeing them now. They might have left you for somebody for a no-string situation, or you feel like this fake news, they don't want no strings. I love you, but you feel like it's going to be shady. You already turned your back on this person. They could be on the down low. They could be bisexual, or you found out something about this person's sex life that you don't like. Getting tarot readings. Yeah, twin flame. You realize this about this person, and they know something about you too, but you're fed up here. You could have a new boo. Ciao. This person's a mess. They made a wrong decision, and they're a massive regret, and they need to live with that. Oh, well. Love you. Bye.